Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, it has occurred to me that I have not made one of these videos in a very long time. The whole You Laugh, You Lose segment of the channel. Now, over the last year or so, I've kind of migrated to using the YouTube community notes a whole lot more. So, any of your funny jokes, funny memes pretty much ends up on that aspect of YouTube. But I kind of wanted to take these memes and instead of putting it on said community note, I wanted to make an actual video out of it. So, today we are going to get back into the whole You Laugh, You Lose segment of the channel. And hopefully I could get back into this on a regular basis and we could do this on a weekly basis per usual. So I'm just going to film the whole video straight through. I'm going to look at the pictures and then I'll insert the clips as needed. So, first one we are looking at. My vacation plan in America as a European. I'm just looking at these this mileage that they've gotten here. Oh my god, these folks really have no idea. My dudes, check this out. I used to live in Texas, Fort Hood, and Central Texas. You could drive all day and all night. It will take you about 18 hours just to get from Central Texas to like Arkansas. Okay. So the fact that they think they're going to drive all the way through Texas in a couple hours is amazing. Or how about this? A 1 hour drive from Florida to New York. Oh my God. If you go coast to coast, California to Florida, Florida to New York, New York to Washington, let's say Washington back down to California, not even going into the individual states, you're probably looking at about a week's worth of driving, if not more. That is a good picture. I like that one a lot. But damn, man, you get to Europe and you get on the freeway, you're doing like 150 miles an hour. And that's standard. So, shoot, if we had that sort of speed limits on our highways here in the States, it's possible. Well, maybe not an hour, but you could definitely get places a whole lot faster, clearly. I mean, twice the speed, twice the twice the arrival time. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here. I mean, my girl over here is all passed out in the damn tub. This girl in the black shirt, I don't know what she's doing. I mean, do you really have to have your tongue out when you're ironing your hair or flattening your hair? But I'm more interested in my babes right here in the middle. Oh man, let me scroll in on this. Is that ice? Do they have ice in the toilet bowl? At first, I thought she was just puking, and girlfriend over here was just holding up her hair like a good friend. But that looks like pink lemonade in the toilet bowl. And like I said, when you scroll in, it looks like there's ice in there. Damn, they're probably like bobbing for apples or some shit. I don't know. Who? There is so much to unpack in this photo. It is a great picture. It really is. This is a conversation piece, no doubt. But damn, I want to know what's going on with this girl over here. Damn, are those shit stains all over the damn toilet or all over the bathtub? This is good. I like this a lot. All right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? How your grandma sees you, how your parents see you. I mean, it's partially true. I mean, grandparents are there for fun, right? They're there to bring you presents and to give you $5 when you're not expecting it, whatnot. But your parents see you as the little monsters that we actually are. Maybe not like my maternal grandparents. We lived with them for a good chunk of our lives growing up. And I don't think I really became like super, super close with my grandma until after my grandpa died. I didn't have the best relationship with him, so I mean, he probably saw me as a little monster too. But my freaking grandma, she was freaking awesome, man. I told the story before. Every payday, or every time she got her monthly check, right? Social Security check. Nobody else in the house but us two. I'd be in my back room watching TV. She would sneakily come into the back room, walk up to me, and kind of slide a $20 bill in my hand. I'm like, Grandma, it's just us. You don't have to be sneaky. But it's one of my best memories, right? So I absolutely love that. I really need one of these again. Man, do you know how long it's been since I've seen one of like these ice cream truck style ice creams? Whenever you see like Mickey Mouse or Simpsons characters, Ninja Turtles, big beautiful ice cream with like the big old candy ball, bubble gum right in the smack in the middle. I kind of view them as not store candy or store ice cream. I always look at them as ice cream truck ice cream because you don't really see these in stores, and I sure in the hell don't ever see these in stores nowadays. But yeah, that's nostalgia right there. That's freaking memories. Love that. All right, next photo. Oh damn! It took me a minute to realize what this was. So, you scroll inward. Man, I thought that was like a cutout. No, that's not even a cutout. That's actual. I think that's painted onto the wall. Like with the whole "Here's Daddy, here's Johnny," whatever the hell Jack Nicholson says when he breaks through the door. No, that's painted on, and it took me a moment to realize that. But Shelley Long up in the corner here, that's painted too. Again, I thought it was like a cardboard cutout or something. I'm like, this is freaking amazing. I absolutely need this for my house. That is awesome. Huge horror buff, right? So pretty much anytime you come across something cool like that, yeah, I definitely have to have it. I know it's all about me, me, me. I'm so selfish. What is this one? A stereo fair in the Kmart parking lot, 1980s. Damn, look how small that Kmart sign is. I don't ever remember Kmart, their signage being so tiny. So, obviously we had like Ventures in Chicago, and then later on, Ventures was replaced and Kmart replaced them. Then there was like no more Kmart. It was simply Big K. But I'm like, that's lame. I'd rather see the full out Kmart than Big K any day. But look at these stereo systems, these boom boxes, man. That's crazy. I don't know how much something like these would have sold for back in the 80s. It could be crazy money like $300, or it could be simple money like $50. But if you actually want today for nostalgia reasons, for collecting purposes, people that are going out actually searching for these boom boxes today, yeah, you have one in good working condition, you got yourself a gold mine. It's like the old school 70s, 80s wooden panel TVs. By 2000s, when flat screens became regular and whatnot, most people didn't care about old school floor TVs. But nowadays, if you got one of those bad boys, I mean, you're looking at several $100s because collectors, they want that vintage stuff. Those are so cool, man. I love these. I don't think I ever had a boombox as when we were growing up. I mean, we had stereos, we had CD players and whatnot, but not to the liking of these old stereos. Yeah, you couldn't have that type of fare in a parking lot today. They'd call the cops, have you kicked out. But that was probably sponsored by Kmart. So, all right, Cracker Jack. We're down to only one cracker now. We must protect him and his dog at all costs. I did not know where they were going with that one. And once they said one cracker, I kind of looked down at the Cracker Jack and I'm like, okay, got it. Makes sense now. Luckily, I do think that they did bring back Cracker Barrel, like the original signage of Cracker Barrel. So I don't know if people are trying to be too PC, like, hey, you're calling this white guy Cracker. No, in all honesty, it's just an old man sitting on his damn chair, right? And inside the actual barrel is where they store the crackers. So it's a cracker barrel. Makes sense. But all that damn company had to lose was like $500 million, and they smartened up and went back to old school, the stuff that actually gave them their fans, their patrons, right? So Cracker Jacks, shoot, do they even make Cracker Jacks anymore? Like I have not seen a Cracker Jack in so many years. Oddly enough, whenever you go on deployment in the little care packages, you always get a box of Cracker Jacks. So I want to know where these sons of guns get this stuff from. Must protect them at all costs. That is so good. I saw a guy at Starbucks today. No iPhone, no tablet, no laptop. He just sat there drinking coffee like a psychopath. I mean, in all honesty, if you're going to go to a Starbucks and you're going to sit in the actual cafe, you're not sitting there because you want to drink coffee. You want to sit in there because you want the free Wi Fi. College students or whatever. So that's pretty much what it all boils down to. All right. Let's move on to the next photograph. What's a song that should never be played at a wedding? Well, right off the bat, this couple look like they're in some shit right now. So, here's a YouTube song. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, which means one of these jackals are the place setter until something better comes along, or this guy, if he's into it, it's raining men. But then again, shoot, man, she might be throwing back some. It could be raining men on her for all we know. Or how about this? Dude looks like a lady. I don't know. Think 80s, 90s. What's a good song? Oh, 2000s. Who Let the Dogs Out would be a good song for that. Who the hell would play Who Let the Dogs Out at a wedding? I swear to God, that son of a that DJ would be fired so damn fast. um, Another one, Bites the Dust, would be a good one. Um, who sang the song? I hate myself for loving you, but I can't remember who sings that. Was that was that the Rolling Stones who sang that? Oh man, that's just like, how many did I choose? Like 5 songs, 6 songs like that already. That's just off the top of my head. Shoot, give me 10 minutes, I could probably have 20 songs for you. uh, that's fun. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about this whole full-on wedding. Back in 2005, I was in Fort Hood. Took a week off for leave. My wife, she was fiance at the time. She was visiting from Chicago. She was on spring break from her college, and so when she came to visit me in Texas, that's when we got married. Quick courthouse marriage, but you know what? Look at all the money that we saved from not having this full-on expensive wedding. So I have no complaints. So next photo. We really thought we were something when we went from this to this. I have house phones. It's part of the bundle. House phone, internet, cable, and whatnot. Oddly enough, I don't have a cordless phone. Like all of our phones are old school with the actual cable attachment, right? But I remember when we got our first cordless phone. I mean, yeah, we really did think we were something, man, because you could walk around anywhere in the house. You didn't have to be confined to that one limited area. Or if you had a long, stretchable cord and you go and you walk over, you hide inside the closet or something for privacy, like people weren't going to be able to hear you through the closet doors or whatever. I like that. That's awesome. And you know what? This green phone is still puke green. I want this. Well, I want to call that puke green. There was this green car that my mom used to have when we were kids. I think it was this color. Anytime you got into that damn car, I swear to God, it was burning hot like crazy. And it was one of those chairs where there's just one straight seat straight across. It's not like here's the driver's seat. Here's the little middle section where you put your little coffee or whatnot, and here's the passenger. No, I love those seats. You're out on the highway. You got your wife next to you. She's sitting next to you, cuddled up. You're holding her. It's comfortable, right? So I look at that color. It kind of flashes back to old school cars that we had. I don't remember what car that was, what kind of car, but that was something. Born in the 70s, raised in the 80s, rocked in the 90s. We are the lucky ones. Well, for me, it was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, and I still say pretty much rocked in the 90s. I don't know. I mean, it's based on when your childhood. What is your most fondest memories, right? I only had about 5 years to experience the 80s, and memories didn't really start kicking in until age 5, 1990. So, yeah, the 90s. I'm still an 80s kid, but I'm also a 90s kid, more so, I think. All right. The phone of a 6-year-old today. Oh, God. The phone I had when I was 6. I don't know, man. I just find it so freaking awkward, so weird to see parents who give children, small, not even teenagers, but ages 6, 7, 8 years old with their own cell phone. I'm like, come on. I was 18 years old. I had a job for like 2 years before I got my first cell phone, and I'm the one who paid the bills on that cell phone. I think, yeah, my father had to be the one that actually signed up for it. And one day I was at my wife's house, who was my girlfriend, of course, and it was after high school. It was after school one day, and my father was calling me on the phone, and I didn't want to answer. I was with my girlfriend. I didn't want to take the call. I remember trying to use the phone at one point, and the phone was shut off. Yeah, this guy was such a dick that he shut my phone off because I wouldn't take his calls. I'm like, and I called up U.S. Cellular, and I'm like, hey, my phone shut off, and they gave me the, hey, I wasn't the owner of the phone. Technically, my father's name was on the phone, but I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm the one that pays these bills. You still want to get paid? You better put my phone back on. Yeah, they weren't having that, which was BS. I didn't have a lot of play when I was a kid. Like I said, early '90s, late '80s, early '90s, we had Ninja Turtles. The wrestling figures that we had in the early '90s, '90 to '92, '93, something like that. But that was basically the bulk of my play. At 8 years old, Power Rangers came out, and that was like a huge deal for me, right? Huge Power Rangers fan when I was a kid. Had all of the toys, massive collection. Even as 8 years old, nine, so on, I kept watching the show and I kept collecting because I love the show so much. But I never even played with those. They were just either left in the box or they were taken out of the box and they were displayed. So I was definitely limited in my play as a kid. And as far as baby toys, like the little vacuum that has a little balls inside, right? And you vacuum it back and forth, and the balls jump up and down. I don't know, it was like Oshkosh or something like that, right? And I look at this little telephone, this baby phone, and I'm like, that's kind of what it reminds me of. The Green Machine. Now that is a bad boy. I don't care how freaking old I am. If I had something like that that was the right size, I would rock the hell out of that. Yes, I am that freaking lame. I would totally. I look at this and think about the boy who could fly. So Fred Savage starred in that movie. He went around the block in like this red little wagon thing. I don't know what you call those bikes, but I love the end of the movie. Darts himself up like a soldier, man. Makes it around the whole block. I don't know why making it around the block was like this great accomplishment, but the bullies, they always tortured him, and that's pretty damn cool. I like that a lot. That is fond memories. Not anything I had as a kid, I don't think, but The Boy Who Could Fly is like one of my all-time favorite movies growing up. That's nostalgia, and that's kind of like what this reminds me of. So that's pretty darn sweet. Uh-oh, please don't make fun of MJ. All right, good. This isn't a meme to make fun of him. Uh, in memoriam to MJ, which is awesome, but not a comedy picture. Oh, 2009, man. 2009, I was in Al Kut, Iraq, and I was on my second deployment, 15-month deployment, and the day that this man died, I was going to the promotion board. Now, obviously, one of the part aspects of a promotion board, Soldier of the Month, etc., you got to be up on your recent events. And so I had, searched the internet just to kind of see what's going on in the world. Found out that Michael Jackson died, my all-time favorite singer, and that was one of the biggest celebrity deaths that impacted me immensely. And I had to go to the promotion board, had my mind straight for that, and knowing that MJ just died. That sucked. I mean, I didn't max out the board, but I mean, I came out pretty good. I think I got like a 140, 142 out of 150. But most people pretty much maxed the board. So, I mean, you could tell I was nervous as hell. Like my entire body wouldn't stop shaking. All right, what's up next? Being an 80s kid means realizing you are now officially getting older than the TV parents you grew up with. Damn, I didn't realize how young some of these folks were. So really, the only one that really stands out to me are the Connors. Obviously, I didn't really watch Roseanne growing up, but we knew who Roseanne and Dan Aykroyd. Not Dan Aykroyd. Jesus Christ, Dan Connor. Roseanne and Dan Connor were. Dan Aykroyd, stupid ass. um, but the big one here is Family Matters. I had no idea the mom was older. That Harriet was older than Carl. One of the worst things that they could have ever done to Family Matters was replace Harriet. Those last 10 episodes or whatever it was, stupid. I mean, the show was already ending. Why not just keep the actress? Was she dissatisfied? Probably, but you could have done something to keep your cast together. And I'm looking at these guys. Every single one of them look significantly older than me by at least 10 plus years. And to think that I'm older than every single person in this picture is insane. But what do I always say, man? Cut the hair, shave the mustache, shave off the beard. Suddenly, I'm 20 years younger. That's not even a joke. I could pass for a 20-year-old with shaved face, but I don't know. It's just something very strange. Like I'm looking at these pictures. It's just odd seeing an adult male with no facial hair whatsoever. At least have a mustache. I think a mustache is always imperative. Or like with my brother Eddie, he always had a mustache, right? So like whenever he shaved and he was just clean shaven, I was like, he looked weird as hell. Same thing for me. Like I kind of feel like the times when I do completely shave my face off, mustache, beard, everything gone, I just look very awkward. So I love having facial hair. It's important to me. The ticket is mine. Oh god, they incorporate the Philly Karen into Willy Wonka. Love it. And you know what? It fits beautifully too. I could imagine, please, somebody out there, make a Willy Wonka movie and feature the Philly Karen. I think that would be insanely good. You're talking hundreds of millions of views. Oh, I love that one. All right, what's coming up next? The world would be a bleak without DoorDash drivers. Oh God, I just saw Garfield, and I kind of know where this is going. This text conversation is related to a DoorDash order. Hey, they all out of lasagna, lasagna, the shit Garfield eat. Oh God, that is brilliant. But damn, I mean, he was trying. He was getting there. But it's like lasagna and bologna. The spelling of the words is just so freaking weird, right? Sounds nothing. But then again, look at rendezvous. When you pronounce or when you spell out rendezvous, ren des vis, looks nothing alike, right? So, but the shit Garfield. Oh, that is so clever. was the other joke? Oh man, something else that was like very similar to that, but it was freaking hilarious. Not lasagna. Rolls, something rolls. I'm trying to think. It's killing me that I can't think of it right now, but freaking amazing. What we have here. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for Lopper on a Whopper. I've never even heard the term Elf on a Shelf until like the last year or so, when all of a sudden everybody started coming out with these memes of Elf on a Shelf. But Lopper on a Whopper, that I like that a lot. That is clever. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for, oh shit. Well, is it supposed to be whore on a door? uh, Whoever you are, please don't cancel me. I'm just joking. Actually, not really. I mean, that's literally what the meme is. Oh god, guys, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, this was a fun one, but we're hovering around 30 minutes, so I try to keep these videos to around 20 minutes. But this was just such a good one. A lot of pictures to kind of branch off and talk about individually. So I'm gonna go insert the photographs and have this video up for you guys as soon as possible. So as always, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully next week we'll be back with another episode. So this is always fun, and enjoyable for me. Take care, everybody.